Alright, over here we've got Nipsey. And over here we have our fairly new addition to the family, Cheddar. And here we have our Dubia Roach colony. And you're about to get an update on all of them. You hear Cheddar, Nipsey? Alright, we'll do Nipsey and Cheddar's update first, and really I'm doing them together because Nipsey's update basically has a lot to do with the cat. So you can see he's looking back now. He's not looking back at me, he's looking back, and now he's looking at me, but he's looking at the cat up on the bed behind me. And now attacking my feet. Cheddar cannot stand when I have the cage open and I'm tending to Nipsey at all. He's got to go out of the room when I have Nipsey out of the tank. Isn't that right, baby? Because Nipsey just doesn't like him. And I don't see that changing. We're not going to have the bearded dragon playing with the cat videos on this channel, you know. Sorry for those who thought it might happen, but first off, our little man Cheddar here can get very playful. And where he wouldn't mean to hurt him, well, even if I'll say that, I mean they're animals, even if he didn't mean to hurt him, he's not declawed. So, you know, I mean, he scratches us when he's just playing. So we're not going to have that with Nipsey. Alright, for our little man here, lately he hadn't been eating real well. Especially since we've gotten Cheddar. And, you know, a little bit before then, too, he really kind of slowed down on his roaches. See, I think I'm putting a little bit too much emphasis on that, only because, you know, he is getting older and his, you know, the amount of meats that he consumes as opposed to, you know, fruits and vegetables and stuff, it changes, you know, it basically switches. So, you know, he is about that age, and I think that maybe in my head I'm not allowing that change to, I'm just not, I don't know, I'm not processing the fact that change should be happening just because he seems like he's still just our little man, you know. If you haven't seen any of the past videos with baby food, the reason why we're feeding it to him is because even though he's slowing down on his meats, he's still not consuming any greens, you know, any vegetables or fruits. So we give him the baby food and he cooperates for the most part. With me, it's a slower process because I don't force feed him. Kim, she will at times, but he gets his baby food. He gets his fruits and vegetables. As for him not eating roaches, what we do is we still give him super worms. He will eat those. He'll always eat those. But we need to make sure that he's eating. And as for him really not eating his roaches anymore, once in a blue moon, he'll eat one or two of them. We are giving him still super worms so that, you know, he gets his fats and he gets some protein. So I just want to make sure that, you know, because with the fruits and vegetables, it really doesn't give him the protein, especially with the baby food. But yeah, that's basically it right now. Soon here, he's going to be going to the vet. We just took Cheddar, actually. And it's actually the same vet as Nipsey. So it makes it easy. And we know him and trust him. So he's going to go in and get a checkup. And, you know, at first, when he was acting, you know, hiding in the corner, not eating, we thought maybe it was brumation. You know, I mean, it is that time of year. But you could basically tell that he wasn't going through brumation if you really paid attention. I mean, he'd still lift his head, he'd still get up, he'd still come out, but then he'd kind of back up and go back in. Cheddar would always, as soon as Cheddar sees him move or hears him move, he is on it. He's, you know, so, you know, he'd start his meowing, and he doesn't do that too much anymore. He will notice it as soon as, you know, he hears Nipsey scratching. his little peepers are up there. Right. You know, Nipsey's used to being the only one that gets all of our attention, and Cheddar definitely consumes a lot of it now. And he basically stays up under us, and Nipsey will be looking out his cage back at us, throwing us death stares. Isn't that right, Nips? We love you, baby. And this little guy. You. Yeah, this little guy, he's been sneezing a lot. His eyes been running, so we took him to the vet, and he has a little bit of a respiratory infection, or at least the signs of it, and we want to attack it before it gets that way. Humane Society said that he had a upper respiratory infection before, but we have him on amoxicillin. I believe that's what it is. And we're giving him his antibiotics so we can get our little man's cold to go away. Right, baby? He is the sweetest cat. At night when I'm sleeping, he'll come over and sleep across my neck. My wife didn't want him sleeping in the bed when we first got him. Got him a little bit, and he wouldn't touch his bed. He just kept sleeping over on me. And that's one thing she really hasn't gotten used to yet, but you know, so he's gonna get that one. He can sleep with us. In the morning, I'll wake up, and that's like his little time. You know, before I go to work, we wake up about 5:30 in the morning. Gotta have my little Cheddar time in the morning. So he snuggles with me. We kind of chill there. He lays across my neck most of the time. But other than that, our little man's doing good. He's potty trained. He hasn't peed or pooped on the floor. Well, he did once. That was the first night that he was here. And from there, not once. So, and I think that was probably just because he was scared. Isn't that right? I put up some shells that I had from a desk. Made it his little cat shells. So he has his own little place, his own little area. Got his food up there. Though when I do feed him wet food, I put it down next to my bed on my side. But yeah, they're pretty bare right now. But he really only uses these 2 levels. This one he'll go up on sometimes. And this top one he doesn't really. He's been up there I think once, and that's just because we've enticed him. You know, I think I put a treat up there just to get him used to it. And I haven't done anything with this. I was going to change because it was a shirt, and I was like, ugh, you know, I don't want him sliding or whatever. But what he likes to do is take this little end here. Notice I hang the little sleeve off the side. He'll take it and he'll pull it up over his food most of the time. So I think for him to feel secure and just do what comes natural, I just leave that there for him. He seems to like having that and being able to cover it up. Right, baby? Alright, and right here, you know these guys are Dubia Roach Colony. Alright, the reason why I haven't really done an update with these guys lately, and not really doing one with just them, is because, I mean, honestly, a Dubia Roach Colony update can become a little bit redundant, you know, if you continue to do them. You know, they basically, I mean, if you care for them right, just multiply. It's really just what they do. And like I was saying when we were talking about Nipsey, these guys are basically safe right now. These guys are our pets. They're doing pretty good. Whole bunch of big old mamas. But yeah, they seem to be getting along pretty well. I don't really go in this much for anything other than to feed them and check on them and make sure they look alright. If this is the first video that you're watching of us, you know, and you have any questions about Dubia Roach care, there's videos that we have prior to this, especially the how to start a Dubia Roach colony. We may do a little update on that, but we're not sure yet. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. So yeah, I mean that's our updates on our bearded dragon, our cat, and our Dubia roaches. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You guys are wondering about Belle and Beast and their babies. They're right here. They're doing good. Babies are getting huge. No longer babies anymore. There's one that's just molted. But yeah, they're doing good. Let me see if... Where are they? There's Belle. Beast is down in there. But you can hardly see him. Let me see something. There. There you can see him. There's Belle. And there's Beast. Some of their babies. There's some of them right there. Right this second we just have an orange in there. That way they can get their food in and get hydrated. What? 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 What's up, Nipsey? You hear your big little brother out there? He's like, until you get rid of that cat, get out of my face. Can we be good again? We gotta watch out for these things, because Cheddar, we dropped one on the floor and he almost got it before we did. I doubt it hurt him, but still. Don't necessarily want to try. Here, baby, for being such a good boy. To stay up to date with our latest videos, make sure to subscribe to the Bedroom Beardies YouTube channel by clicking our logo now in the bottom right corner of this video. Thank you, you're awesome, and we greatly appreciate you. Blessings from us here at Bedroom Beardies.